Hey guys, hello, I'm back at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to snatch your waist, truly snatch your waist. Ladies, it's not easy. You got to stay dedicated. You have to be consistent, like how to snatch your waist. But that's what we're going to be talking about today. Please, y'all know, like, comment, and subscribe. And we're going to go ahead and get into this video. Okay, here we go. Ladies, so the first thing that we're going to tell you is we're going to talk about the fajas to actually get, and we're also going to talk about the method and what I did, and what's really important for you to actually know about snatching your actual waist. Okay, so the first thing is I want everybody to understand, if you break your arm or you break any part of your body and you put a cast on that part that's broke, what happens when you take that cast off? So if you leave that cast on for about 6 months and you take that cast off, what's going to happen to the arms? One going to be extremely skinny. I'm going to be extremely skinny. If you put on socks and at the end of the day, by the time you take your socks off, they're going to, your little ankle is going to look really, really small. So when the doctors tell you to keep your faja on for 6 months plus, that's what they're doing. They're shaping what your doctor tells you to do. So the first thing that I need for everybody to understand is that, one, your faja is extremely important. Extremely important. Do not let nobody say, oh, you don't gotta wear no faja, you gonna go back the same anyway. The surgery is what does it. Listen, if you have lipo in your stomach, it's tearing a lot of the fat tissue. We have layers that's inside of our stomach, and it's taking out a lot of those fat tissues. Oh, okay. So what it tends to happen is, once those come out, you need the compression to be able to mend all of that back together. Okay, so when it mends all back together, you want it to be shaped exactly how you like it. So it's really important that you make sure that you wear your faja. I'm going to give you some great fajas. So ladies, that it's really important to understand that your faja don't need to be so tight that you can't breathe. Like, oh, well, my faja is so tight, I can barely move, I can barely this and this. It's so tight, I can't wear my boards. No. It do need to have great compression, but it don't need to be so tight to whereas actually when they're really tight, and I'm telling you this per experience, because when I went to the Dominican Republic, they put you in fajas that are so extremely tight that it causes the burning and the extra burning and the extra itching and the extra. So make sure that it is good compression, but you don't want it so tight where you can't even fit your boards in. Now that's ridiculous. Now and like I said in my last video, the boards are extremely important for the flatness of your stomach in the front. You still don't want them little bitty pooches, because if you just put a full faja on, then really doing is you're just stuffing your stomach inside of this faja. It's just like when women wear pants that are extremely tight and they gotta lay in the bed and they pulling them pants on, and they trying to stuff all them hips inside of them pants. It's not shaping it. It might show the shape on the outside, but on the inside, baby, them hips and them stomach and everything, it's smushed in there. It's just smushed in there. So you really have to understand the importance of the board as well, because the importance is really, the board is really important to wear as well. The hard board. I love my hard boards, even though they are extremely uncomfortable. I mean, extremely uncomfortable. Okay. So it's really important to make sure that you do the steps that's necessary, and don't try to jump the gun to be able to say, oh no, I feel okay. Because sometimes you do feel fine. But if you want the best results, you want to stay consistent with the process. So if the doctor say, hey, wear your faja and your boards for 6 months, then do that, because they know what they're saying. Now, the thing that I did differently was I put my tummy tuck wrap around. A tummy tuck wrap around, and you can get all this at Snatch Bands as well. I love Snatch Bands. That's where I get my stuff from. So when you have a tummy tuck, if you go to any tummy tuck doctor, once they do your lipo, or if you have a full tummy tuck, what they do is they make you wrap your stomach for that good shape, and they make you wrap it. So that's what I did. So I'm gonna show you one of my videos here. If you want to see the process of how I did it, that's my video here of the full process of how I wrap my stomach under my garment. That's really important. But please understand that not only did I wrap my stomach, but I still wore my boards. I still wore my boards. To be honest with you, lately I have started to see a lot of doctors coming out stating to get a tummy tuck wrap. And y'all know I've been telling y'all this for years. Like I've been going through this process for years now. Everybody know that this is my third-ish BBL. The third one was supposed to be more like a reduction on the top. But I got to tell y'all that story because I'm really not happy about my results this particular time as far as my outcome. You know, I'm 7 months and I did not get what I asked for. And sometimes it might look like it at the beginning, but no, I'm extremely upset with this. And I hear a lot of my dolls say, hey, I asked for one thing and I get another. I totally understand. We got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. For real. So, but still, if you want to get your stomach snatched, what you basically need to do is make sure, one, you have a really good faja. So you definitely want a really good faja. One, I'm going to give you 3 great fajas right here. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to give you a couple of more. 4 and 5. These are actually all the ones that I have wore. If you see here, my hips is actually when I first got started, my hips are 50 right now. But if you see my stomach and my hips, girl, I got some hips on here, girl. I got some hips. But my stomach is really also snatched because I also make sure that I continue to wear my snatch band or any type of snatch band that I may have, because I have a couple of different kinds. But as long as my stomach stay compressed, you will get what you're looking for. But I do want to say it's really important for consistency. I cannot say that. Great thing about it is right now, if you want to go check out the fajas on Snatch Band, they do have a 30% off special this weekend. Actually, they have discounts all the time, but this one is bigger than my discounts. So if you missed the sale, you can always use my discount, which is Bossladyseven. But this particular weekend, they do have a 30% off of everything in the store, so you might want to go ahead and jump on that because that's really good. So what we're talking about here is how you snatch your stomach. So once you come out of surgery, you definitely want to do exactly what your doctor tells you to do. Now, the doctor gave me in the USA, both of the doctors that I had, Dr. Dobek and Dr. Cannon, gave me fajas that was actually too big when I came out of surgery. Now, I did change out of those because they were really overly too big. And I switched into my next stage because when you don't have compression and you done got all this lipo done, it just feel like your body hanging off, and I'm really not feeling that. It just don't feel good. So I went on and switched where I have some compression and it feels good. Plus, I know it really is not going to hurt anything because of the simple fact that when I had my surgery in the DDR, when we came out of surgery, them fajas was tight. Okay, tight. So I really know it's really not now. Like I said, don't go that tight where you can't breathe. But I went on and switched into my second stage because I needed that compression. Now I wrap my tummy up with a tummy tuck wrap. Okay, with a tummy tuck wrap, I put my board in, then my faja. And if you do not put your tummy tuck wrap on, make sure that you put your snatch band on, or the other, whatever type of faja that's actually too big. I went on and put my second stage on. Like, I brought my second stage down there, and I was comfortable and actually felt a lot better. But like I said, you wrap your stomach because you want your stomach to be nice and wrapped, because you had lipo in that area. You will experience some burning. You will experience some itching. Everybody experience different things. Some people experience lumps. Some people experience so many different things. And that can happen. But that is the healing process. That's the healing process. Don't be scared. It's okay. But not saying that some people don't get necrosis or fibroids and stuff like that. So you definitely want to make sure that if you having any lumps or a whole bunch of lumps, you definitely want to get that checked. Okay. So make sure, ladies, that you wrap that stomach. You want that stomach snatch, make sure you wrap that stomach. So if you can see, here's my stomach right here, my hips, baby. Like, I mean, I'm really snatched. But it's a part of being consistent. And y'all, believe me, it is so uncomfortable. I hear ladies say, hey, I got to take mine off at night. I didn't take mine off at night. Anytime after 6 months, I took it off. No, I wore it to sleep, to eat, and when I work out, because those are the majority of times of when your body actually changes. So you want to make sure that you snatched in and where you need to be at that time. So make sure that you guys stay consistent. Go and get your discount fajas at Snatch Band. They is where it's at. Their fajas are comfortable and you will love them, especially the one. Check sure if you want that deal, if you're looking for your, if you have not had your surgery yet and you don't know what size to get, just size up one. So if you are a size medium, then you definitely want to get a large because you're going to be swollen. So you definitely want to size up one. How do you measure your fajas? By your hip size. By your hip size. You don't measure it by your stomach size. You measure it by your hip size, because you can't get the faja up if it's your stomach size, because your stomach is always going to be smaller than your hips. So, but the fajas contour with the hip size. So make sure that you go ahead and get your measurements from your hip sizes. And sometime depending on if you like a 50, like I'm a 49, 50, I'm like a large or extra large, and sometimes it might say a 2X, but I did go down one. But you can check that out. Everything in the description. My next video is going to be about gaining weight after a BBL. Y'all, it's real. It's really real. That is the one thing that I'm finding out that I do not like about having any of these type of surgeries, is gaining weight after it, because you might start off at the beginning of your surgery at 120, but by the time you get done having your surgery, it's about a year later, baby, you done gain a good 50 pounds. Like, it ain't like a little bit. Like, so you have to maintain and you have to work out. If you do not, you're going to gain weight and it's not going to look good anymore. Been there, done that. So please work out, eat right. Work out, eat right. I'm going to do another video on working out, and I'm doing another video on eating right. Okay? Love you guys. I'll see you next time. Go to Snatch Bands. Get your stuff.